So one of the things that people a lot of times find helps make their Gmail a little more useful, a little easier to use, is to customize the inbox. So there are a couple different ways that we can do this, but I'm actually going to do the kind of more detailed way to do it just because you can be more specific with the way you want it to look. So the first thing I'm going to do is come up here into the right hand corner and click on the gear, and it says settings when I put my mouse over it. And I am going to skip where it says configure inbox and go to settings. And here in settings, these are all the different headings, the tabs that we can look at, and I'm going to come to the third one in that says inbox. And right at the top you'll notice that whenever you get a new account or just start out, it's always set to default as the type of inbox, and that's what I want to change first. I'm going to change the type of inbox from default to priority inbox. Okay, and then it says, okay, so if you're doing priority inbox, here are the sections that you can have. And right now I'm just going to be showing you the kind of main default priority inbox. The one change that I want to make here, and you'll see that there are other options that you can have, where it says important and unread, I'm going to change that to just unread. Okay, and you'll notice again that if I didn't want that to be starred, I could change that to something else. I could say that I wanted that to be, important messages, whatever, and but I'm just going to leave that as unread, starred. This is going to be empty, and then everything else. Okay, where it says importance markers, that's the whole important thing. You can say show importance markers. This is Google, basically Gmail, guessing at messages that might be important. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. I don't pay that much attention, honestly, to the important part. Okay, so now I'm just going to hit save, and it'll immediately take you back to your inbox, and now you'll see that the inbox is divided into those three sections. So what it's doing here is, up at the top, any message that I have that's unread will show up here. Okay, and then underneath is a section called starred, and you'll see that there's nothing in here because I haven't starred a message. But if I did, let's say that this message right here was really important and I didn't want to lose track of it or forget to do something, if I click that star so it fills in, come up here, it'll do it on its own, but I can force it to by just hitting refresh. You'll notice that what it's going to do, or maybe I need to refresh it the old-fashioned way, what it's going to do is move that message into that starred section. Okay, and I'll come back to that in a second. And then everything else. And what it means by everything else is just everything else that's in my inbox. So if you've already looked at the video on the difference between trash and archive, if I've archived a message, it's not going to be showing up here. This is just messages that are in my inbox that I've already read and that I haven't put a star on. Okay, because if it was anything else, it'd be in one of those two up there. So by the way, if I get done with a message that I've said is important, I've dealt with it, I don't need to worry about it anymore, but I still want it in my inbox for some reason, if I just click that to uncheck that star, again, give it a second, refresh, you'll see that it popped it down here. The other thing that I can do is, if it bothers you that you've got starred sitting here with nothing in it, we can click on the three dots. Remember, three dots always means that there's some options here. And I can say that I want to hide this section when it's empty. Okay, so it's still there, and the next time I put a star in a message, give it a minute, come back to the page, whatever, that starred section will that starred section will show up again. That starred section will show up again. There we go. Once there's a message in it to put into it. Okay, but again, when we take that out, that'll disappear. So priority inbox, again, it's just another way to kind of organize your stuff. I find it handy just because then any unread messages are always right sort of front and center for me to take a look at and deal with.